I'm somebody that's going to stand up for the rule of law.
If the voters want an outsider, want a fresh perspective, I'm the person to vote for.
Jeff Starling and John Echols vying for the spot as the Republican nominee to be your next Attorney General. So who are they? You may know Jeff Starling as the Secretary of Energy and Environment for Oklahoma. Before that, he spent decades in the private sector and as an attorney handling both civil and criminal cases.
I am a lawyer by training. I'm a businessman. I went to law school. After law school, I clerked for a federal judge where I did heavy federal criminal law work, a lot of federal criminal RICO cases, mail fraud, wire fraud, some capital murder cases, that sort of thing. And then I went from the criminal side to the civil side and did civil litigation work.
You may have seen political ads going after his roots, naming him Virginia Jeff.
I have absolutely no control over where I was born. I just don't. And my wife and I met in 1997. She's a lifelong Oklahoman. Her family goes back in Oklahoma since before the land run. And we moved back here 15 years ago. I've had a longer professional career in Oklahoma than I have had anywhere else in Oklahoma.
John Echols is a fifth-generation Oklahoman, business owner, and spent 12 years in the legislature. He helped pass legislation targeting illegal marijuana grows.
I passed constitutional carry in the legislature. I passed the pro-life laws. I was the pro-life legislator. And in addition to that, I created LOFT, the Legislative Office of Fiscal Transparency. I'm incredibly proud to have unprecedented law enforcement support. The FOP, 60 of 77 sheriffs, and other first responders, the firefighters. I am the law and order candidate, but I'm also the proven conservative.
I asked both candidates what you want to know. Why should they get your vote?
I think a couple of reasons. One is I have the legal resume. I've been the one in the courtroom defending tough cases, prosecuting tough cases. The second leg is civil litigation. So anytime the state is sued or is being sued, the Attorney General steps in and represents the state. Well, I've done that. That was the bulk of my career. The other thing is just an outsider and a fresh perspective, right? We've had a series of fairly short-term attorneys general, folks who've been there 2 years or moved on, or folks who came in and immediately started looking for the next rung in the ladder. I'm a private sector person. I'm coming in to be Attorney General, and I'm dedicated to leaving a legacy as Attorney General.
I'm the one that has the majority of the conservative groups around Oklahoma behind them. My combination of legislative experience, business experience, and legal experience is the right fit for this home state that I love. I'm the only one that's ever seen the inside of an Oklahoma courtroom and has any business experience whatsoever. I'm the proven conservative that is the law enforcement-backed candidate. At the end of the day, the Attorney General is a law enforcement entity, and there's a reason first responders have uniformly come to my campaign. They want a proven conservative Oklahoman in this position.
I also asked their top 3 priorities. They each want to tackle illegal marijuana and corruption in government. Starling says he wants change after current Attorney General Gentner Drummond ended up in the race for governor.
The third thing is just getting politics out of the office of Attorney General. We've seen it here in Oklahoma, but also nationally, the increased influence of politics in that office.
Echols focused on accountability.
And the third is holding state government accountable. I'm the one that created LOFT, and we're going to make sure taxpayer dollars are spent right.
The winner of the race will face Democrat Nick Coffey in the general election.
I'm really excited on June 16th because I believe we're going to be victorious, and we are going to show that D.C. politics has no place in the state of Oklahoma.
If the voters want an outsider, want a fresh perspective, I'm the person to vote for. If they want somebody who's qualified to be Attorney General, who's been in the seat, prosecuting cases, defending cases, I'm the person to vote for.
Megan Mosley, KOCO 5 News.